Welcome to our explainer on a topic that's on every leader's mind, keeping your best people. Today, we're going to dive into how AI is basically becoming a crystal ball for preventing employee turnover.
So let's kick things off with a number that should really grab your attention. 200%.
Yep, that is the high-end estimate of what it costs to replace just one employee. When you add up the recruiting costs, the training, the lost productivity, it is a massive, often hidden expense that just hammers the bottom line.
Okay, but that's just the cost for a single person. What happens when you zoom out and look at the whole picture? Well, the scale of this problem is staggering.
$160 billion. That's the estimated annual cost just in the US. So this clearly isn't just some HR thing, right? It's a huge financial drain on businesses everywhere. So how have we been trying to solve this billion-dollar problem? Well, traditionally, we've only figured out why people leave after they're already gone. We do things like exit interviews, which are basically, an autopsy on a professional relationship. We're diagnosing the problem long after the damage has been done.
But what if you had that crystal ball? What if you could see who might be thinking about leaving before they've even polished up their resume? That is the whole promise of using AI in HR. It's about shifting from looking at the past to actually predicting the future of your workforce.
So how does this AI see the future? Well, it sifts through an absolutely massive amount of data, way more than any person ever could. It's looking at everything, from the obvious stuff like employee tenure and performance reviews, to more subtle things like absenteeism, or even the sentiment in written feedback. The AI finds these hidden patterns across all these different data points, patterns that can signal an employee might be a flight risk.
And what does all that data crunching give you? It boils down to this: a flight risk score. It's just a simple predictive rating that tells you, hey, this person is X% likely to leave soon, and that allows you to stop guessing and start focusing your energy where it's actually needed most.
But, having a score is pretty useless if you don't do anything with it. This is where the whole strategy pivots from just predicting something to actively preventing it.
And this really shows the fundamental change in thinking. We're moving from being reactive to proactive. Instead of doing exit interviews, we're creating stay plans. Gut instinct is replaced by data-driven insights. We stop diagnosing the past and we start trying to shape the future.
And here's the really cool part. Once an employee gets flagged as high risk, the system can even suggest personalized ways to intervene. Things like a simple manager check-in, or maybe offering a new stretch assignment, or even a compensation review. The AI can recommend actions that have worked for similar people in the past, which makes the whole response way more tailored and a lot more effective.
Now, of course, like any powerful new tool, this technology isn't a silver bullet. It comes with some incredible potential, for sure, but also some pretty significant challenges we need to think about.
First, let's just talk about the promise. The accuracy can be absolutely mind-blowing. IBM, who was a real pioneer here, reported that its AI program was 95% accurate at predicting who was about to quit. I mean, think about that. That level of precision lets you be incredibly targeted with your efforts. And that accuracy, it translates into massive savings. IBM estimated it saved the company around $300 million simply by preventing that unwanted attrition, by keeping their best talent right where they were.
But, and this is a big but, there are some serious perils to navigate. If your data is a mess, your predictions will be useless. Garbage in, garbage out. And human beings are complex. We can't always be boiled down to a few data points. And maybe most importantly, if you handle this poorly, you could completely erode employee trust and run into some major privacy issues.
And that brings up a really, really important challenge. See, an AI model only learns from the data you give it. So if your company's past promotion practices had some, let's say, unintentional biases, well, the AI might just learn to automate those same biases. It could end up flagging certain people for reasons that have nothing to do with their actual potential.
So the big question is, how does a company actually harness all this promise while dodging the perils? Well, it all comes down to having a smart, responsible plan. You can't just flip a switch on this stuff.
The best approach really follows some clear steps. You got to start with a goal, clean up your data, test the model first, but honestly, number 4 here is the most important one. You have to combine the AI's insights with human judgment. The AI might provide a warning light, but it's a manager who provides the empathy and the real-world context.
Because ultimately, success here isn't about letting a machine make decisions about your people. It's about empowering your leaders with better insights so they can be better managers. It's about creating this synergy where the machine's incredible predictive power is guided by actual human understanding.
And really, that's the final takeaway. When it's used thoughtfully, AI offers this massive strategic shift. From looking backward and asking why people left, to looking forward and creating an environment where your best people choose to stay. So the question you should be asking is this: are you still reacting to the past, or are you ready to start predicting your future?